financial stability, family obligations, personal growth. I'm sure we've all asked ourselves questions similar to this before applying to college, but what some of us have failed to ask is it worth it? 4 to 5 years of your life and tens of thousands of dollars in student loans, is it worth it? Will I find a job? Is my degree practical? These are all tough questions that many of us ask ourselves when it's too late. College education, is it a smart investment or is it a waste of time? As a person who's left a successful career without a college education to spend tens of thousands of dollars pursuing a degree in an unrelated field, the question of is it worth it has become a part of my life. Which brings us to all of you. Why are we here? We're all students. We're here because we decided to pursue a college education. The idea that the investment that we're making and the sacrifices that we're making for that investment are for nothing is a serious claim to consider. I will explain the increased difficulty in higher education and the pressure to choose the right degree, the overwhelming debt that we acquire, the years of commitment, and the widening gap in the quality of education. As we discuss whether this may be just an exception to the classical idea that college is the gateway to success, or the indication of a changing economy. Money talks, so let's start there. Over the last few years, decades, tuition has steadily increased, and some ask, is tuition increase justified with the starting rate of pay for college graduates? Prices are now on average for $100,000 for a 4-year education at universities across the United States. Starting salary ranges for college graduates, I have a visual right here that shows bachelor's degree up here, high school graduates, and then other bachelor's degrees. So it shows little difference between high school graduates and college graduates. So what's the point of investing thousands of dollars in education if you're not going to make that much more money? There's been studies that have shown that return percentages after 20 years are not equaling the cost that's invested in tuition. The max is 17.6% return annually over those 20 years. Some are less than and some are even negative. There's also opposing research that says college graduates absolutely make more money than high school graduates do. If you see the graph to the right, you can see bachelor's degrees earn $45,000 a year compared to non-bachelor's degrees. High school graduates, $28,000. Unemployment rate is lower. Living in poverty is substantially lower. A Georgetown director found through research that individuals with college degrees now make up 84% more over their lifetimes than those who choose to pursue only a high school diploma, up from 40% in 1983. Only a third of school jobs that provide anything close to family-sustaining earnings, $35,000 a year is considered family-sustaining, still exist, and these opportunities are mostly for men and in declining industries with the fall of the economy and the recession. Tuition rates are rising, but so are salaries, which is opposing research. So they're saying, yes, it is worth it. It is worth it to go to college, invest the money. You will make it back with a better paying job and a career. Varying results across the board. This brings us into our next thing. College is more than just money. College is a time commitment. Some say money isn't all that matters. What about the changes in personal life, the changes in a culture that come as a result of college education? College lasts 2 to 4 years. People are unable to keep full-time jobs for that time when they're in college. Interviews with educational staff ranging from high school to the university level say that an average college class requires 15 to 20 hours of either in-class or out-of-class study time. The average college student takes 4 classes to be a full-time student. That's a lot of hours. You can't have a full-time job. It's the significance of working double shifts without getting paid at an average job. So people are wondering, 4 years of your time, how much money could you be making rather than investing that money with no guaranteed return? Personal and social benefit. This brings us to what goes beyond the classroom. President Obama has been quoted saying, education helps us be better people. It helps us be better citizens. You came to college to learn about the world and to engage with new ideas and to discover the things you're passionate about and maybe have a little fun and to expand your horizons. That's terrific. That's a huge part of what college has to offer, which leads us to the fact that college-educated societies breed more educated cultures and in turn increase in economy. Which brings us to, do we need a classroom at all? Several people have often said that you don't need college to be educated, that you can learn on the job, you can learn in life, you can do all these other things, so to spend thousands of dollars on a college education isn't worth it. Author Dale Stephen is quoted saying, "Education is not a means to an end. It's not something you do for 12 years so you can get into a university, and then something you do for 4 more years so you can get a job sitting at a desk 40 hours per week. Learning is a lifelong process. It happens all the time. It starts before we are born and continues until the day that we die." Everything in life that we do is an investment. Every choice that we make is an investment into our futures. So the choice for college is this. What do we want to invest? Do we want to invest our time? Do we want to invest our money? Are the outcomes of college worth the investment? Several people have chosen to go to college that are successful. CEOs, business owners, government officials. Several people have not. Scott Walker has professed that he has not gone to college and stands on that soapbox. You have Bill Gates, you have Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, all of them who have notably talked about not finishing a college education and been quite successful. The question is, are these exceptions to the rule, or is this the norm that we can expect in the future? From a man who both finished college, dropped out of college, and transformed a nation, lived in prison, Nelson Mandela was quoted to say, "Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world."